Hi, thank you for joining me today. I wanted to come back and talk to you about my experiences with the Ba Din and the Chinese movement class. And I took that for a couple of weeks here in my development. It's a Chinese, it's like Tai Chi, and it focuses on stretching, breathing techniques, meditation, and it works on some areas of the bodies. Traditional Chinese medicine focuses on several areas of the body, and it's a natural practice, usually with plants and herbs and traditional Chinese. They used to call the Qigong, and Qigong is very, very, very old. Some of the monks and the priests and stuff like that, but they focus on areas of the body, and you can find videos on YouTube. I might link it of a workout video. And it's sort of like how the Indians do the yoga, and well, the Chinese they do traditional Chinese medicine and Western medicine, but their traditional Chinese their traditional is traditional Chinese medicine, and this is the type of exercise that some of them were raised. They did when they were little, but as you can see, it's different. The breathing exercises to move the lymphatics. They talk about stagnation in the body, and they talk about that and how you can release that energy. They talk about a lot of things, and also they talk about energy, and they talk about different parts of the body that I'm interested in. So I'm going to be reading this book, and I got this on the Amazon. You can get a lot of books that there are online, or find an audio video, or go to your local library, or purchase used books on Amazon. That's what I usually do. I have like 3 big bookcases, and as a matter of fact, I just got rid of a lot of books because we might be moving probably next year, hopefully. But then I'll have to move all those books again. But this book is a really good read. I'm interested in this kind of stuff. And also, along the lines of natural medicine, I am interested in herbals and teachings of herbal wisdom, plant medicine. These are kind of things that, sometimes if you're on regular medicine, you really got to be careful, like if you're taking pharmaceutical drugs, because they can interact. And then a lot of times you need to seek the advice of a herbalist or a naturopath that can formulate a type of herbal medicines that are appropriate for your body and your symptoms, because some plant medicine can be toxic, and you can do more harm than good. I've been drinking this tea. This is a product that I like. To give you a little background on me, my grandmother, she grew chamomile and dandelion back in the backyard. And my family, we being Italian, we ate, it was called chicotti. We called it chicotti. That's from the dialect that I'm from. And it's made that was our salad. We used to say anzalad. My father spoke a lot of Italian. My father's family spoke Latin. I'm terrible at it. But the dandelion tea is This is non-GMO and organic. I got this at the health food store. I like it. But it has a little hint of uh, vanilla. Now, my grandparents, they made their own wine. They had a wine thing down in their basement, and they actually made dandelion wine and Dago red. But the type of dandelion that is out in like the fields or something, you can't just pick it and eat it because a lot of it is sprayed with glyphosate, Roundup, and you can never tell what's on these plants if you just get it out in the field or if you get it out in your yard. And I wouldn't suggest that at all. The kind is the cultivated kind, the kind that you get like at Whole Foods or someplace like that that sells organic greens, the dandelion. And it has a lot of health benefits as far as plant medicine. It actually is a blood purifier, and it is used as a diuretic also. And as a traditional Chinese medicine, it clears up the heat. It clears up the fire in your body. It clears up an infection. It clears up boils and stuff like that. Of course, if you just boil the leaves, you can get some tea out of that. And as you go further down, a lot of people like the tinctures and stuff. They make tinctures, or you can buy tinctures. Most of it is done by the root, and they chop it up and they boil it. And, that's, but the thing about it is that you really got to be careful, because if you're on pharmaceutical drugs, some of these herbs, they are contraindicated. They actually can be toxic sometimes to the human body, depending upon if your organs are very weak. So it's best to check with, like I said, a herbalist or a naturopath. Physicians, they don't understand this kind of treatment plan or plant medicine or whatever you want to call it. I think Western medicine has its place, but on the flip side of the coin, for emergency purposes, because my mother, she had several infections. As a matter of fact, she died of pneumonia, and there wasn't antibiotics to treat her back in 2001. So, yeah, but one thing I would say about tea bags, though, you really got to be careful of your tea bags now, because they're making the tea bags out of plastic. So you really have to dial in on what is the product, and are they putting chemicals into the tea bag. So this is a it's a what do you call it? Natural. It's an unbleached tea bag. But sometimes you can buy bulk tea, which is in the big bag, and then you brew it with a diffuser or one of those ball things. But also, what I'm reading is, so we got the Matthew Wood, and I really like his. I like his books. I like his teaching. And this is the book of Herbal Wisdom, using plants as medicine. I like that one. And I also have Earthwise, and it's the repertory. This is more of a encyclopedia of plants and how to make tinctures and herbals. And then this one is, this is a really good author. The person's name is Stephen Harrod Bruner. And the two books on here, these are about antibiotics. This one is for drug-resistant antibiotic, and this one is for viral infections. So a good read. It's a good read, and you can't possibly remember all the stuff in there. You just have to, use it as a reference guide, or just, because this type of reading, you have to take it in little segments because it just fries your head because it's so deep, and I only can take small segments of it. But I find this is my passion. This is my passion. I wish I would have thought about this years ago, because I probably would have went to natural medicine school to be a natural practitioner, because it's my passion. Um, but it's too late for me now. Too late for me, because I think that's the way a lot of people are going, to use it as an alternative. Because I think Western medicine has its place for emergencies and things like that. But I also think that there will come a time and place where, they're not developing any more antibiotics, and these superbugs are getting more virulent, and we're eventually going to possibly run out of antibiotics to treat whatever comes around, because the pharmaceutical companies are not developing any more antibiotics. So if you know about herbal medicine and you have something that you need fixed, you can find out your own stuff. Just saying. But at the same time, you really have to know what you're doing, because you can really do some damage. You can do some organ damage. You can possibly have, if you're taking pharmaceutical drugs, you can have the drugs interact. But also you can really hurt yourself if you don't know what you're doing. So, yeah. So as like I said, it's all balanced. Too much of something is counterintuitive. Sometimes it works against you. So, and also I like this. This is Chinese medicine, of course, this book that I showed you. So anyway, this is what I do on my time for fun. Yeah, this is what I do for fun these days. When it's lousy outside, I can't go outside, it's too cold, and I'm tired of watching YouTube videos, so I sit down and read. My last book, I think I read the Bhagavad Gita, and I read Gandhi, and I read the book of religions, several different types of religions, and all about that. So anyway, I thank you for listening. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't think it was good, try not to give me a thumbs down. Make a comment, subscribe, because I'm going to make some more interesting comment. I thank you. If you did subscribe, I thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.